Welcome guys to the second intro animation challenge, 48 hours intro animation challenge to be precise. Today we are doing an intro from a guy that I've admired for years. I think he is actually one of the best in the business, and I actually think what he does could potentially change. Okay, stop talking. It's me. I'm a cheapo guy. I have to redo my intro because I haven't used my old one for over a year, I guess, and I'm really fed up with it, so I have to redo that, and I'm giving myself 48 hours to do that. And without further ado, let's go. And as always, the first thing you have to do is not showing the Apple product, but storyboarding. So let's begin. I've finished the storyboard. The next thing I have to do is actually remake my logo because I don't like a lot of stuff that is in there. Some corners are weird and I want to redo the type a bit, and kicking the character, just making the type the logo itself. And now, after finishing the new typo in Illustrator, I'm going into Procreate and refine them as different shapes, because I think I don't need any Illustrator files in that case, because there won't be any morphing or something similar included. So, and I have the typo itself in 4K. That's plenty of space and room for unpixeled graphics. So, Procreate. Okay, I'm finished with all the Procreate stuff, and now that I've done all of that, I am importing the complete file as a PSD directly from Procreate into After Effects, and begin arranging, naming, and pushing everything to its positions so that I can begin the animation. So I organized and renamed all the layers into whatever they should be so that I can actually find them. So it's time for me to begin animating, and I'll take you on the journey. So let's go. Oh, and by the way, this is not a beginner tutorial or something. This is advanced what I'm going to show you, because there are a lot of layers and everything is parented into each other and blah blah blah. So don't expect step-by-step movements. I'm just going to show you what I did and how that actually connects to each other. And so now we are in After Effects. This is the motion script that I'm using. It's just a simple tool that you can actually buy, but I'm not using much of it. I really like the anchor point function, that you can center or push the anchor point to all of its different positions. That's really neat when you have multiple objects and are trying to move them. And this is the first layer that I'm in. Here in red we have all the whatever that's called, the L and the E and another E and C and H of the logo. And then we have the neon glows that I've made right here in orange so that I can actually see them. And above them we have some glow layers that I actually wanted to use, but After Effects makes some weird glitch that I haven't seen before and I cannot use them. You can see up in the corner they make this little shine here, and that could have looked actually nice, but the outcome with the different rendering modes, it just looks like. So I parented all the different layers to each other, and I've parented all the neon layers as well to its hosts, in that case to the letters themselves. So the L has the L glows and so on and so forth, and if I move the L, the actual neon layers are also moving with them. That's all that is. And then I have a null object. I don't know if you know what that is. It's just a random object that is not visible but can have all the properties that are used. And I've parented all my letters to the actual null object to move it in space altogether. So I can move every single letter, I can move all different objects, and I can actually move the thing complete. Great way to actually make something in the end really fast if you have to change something. And at the beginning we see nothing on the timeline, and then 7 frames is the thing that I like, the speed in which animations happens. It feels snappy, but it's not too fast, so that's really good. So there's just a rotation and a scale movement, and the L is coming out, staying there, overshooting a bit, so it's on one frame it's on the right position, then it shoots out a bit, so then it shoots out a bit and then it comes in, so this gives this movement. I really like that. Final resting position, and while that is happening, the parented neon is actually beginning to fade in. That's just a transparency setting, 100, 0, 100, 0, 100, 0, and then it's at 100, and then you have this effect of blinking. Then I just masked all the other letters behind the letter that is before, so the E, the L, and then I put the E behind and actually just push it out a bit. Position change, mask, and then and I've done that to all the other letters, so you get this effect, the push out effect. It's actually pretty simple, and everything is just moving in time in shorter distances, so it in shorter time distances, what a weird word, in shorter time distances, so that we get a, so this blobs on, and that's everything that happened in the neon glow one, or in the leech glow or sub comp. I went up one sub comp, and I went into this one, and this was just for the purpose of making the shadows actually, but the problem was, well, as said at the beginning, they didn't work, so we now go actually into the main comp, and there's not much in it actually. It's just this comp, as you can see, but there's a lot layered on top of stuff and a lot of movement, so that it actually looks like there's much going on, but it's not. I always like it when it's loopable, so I try to make it actually look like there is a loop. There is none, but it looks like one. So we start on a transparent background so that we can actually do some fade-ins and fade-outs. I could use it as an intro and as an outro, so it's just position change, one from coming from up, one coming from down, and the new leech logo is actually just coming in and animating itself onto the frame. And as soon as that is done, you see the glow is much more intensified than the other stuff. That's really cool. I like the effect that the logo itself is just a bit in the background, but the neon comes forward, and I'm changing that with the next thing, and that is actually shooting a masked layer on top of it in the same color as the neon, alpha matte on top of it, so that it actually just everything that is visible is actually shown. It's that, and another white one directly behind it 2 frames later, so that it looks like there are multiple things happening, like right when that happens. We have another mask that is actually revealing the white filling of the logo itself, and that is just a simple logo trick. There's not much in it. It's just 5 shapes that I filled in behind the actual logo, because the logo is transparent, filling the screen, and then we have the actual color coming in, and it's just lines that are animated in with a trim path effect. Trim path. So we have contents, we have 40 different shapes. I made 5 and then copied all of them upwards so that we have those nice looking color shapes, and then we have the trim path effect here, and that's all that there is to it. It's a start and an end point. You can animate everything in. It starts at 100 and 100, so it's outside of the thing, and soon as you animate it in, it actually uses paths to animate along the path, I guess. Yeah, we have the logo actually animated in at the same time. It's this effect, pew, 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 and then it comes in, and then we have turbulent displays on top of that to make this movement of the lines on the background layer. Yeah, and then we use a mask on the background layer to actually animate it out again. So it's just another simple scale animation of the mask from 0 to 100 and revealing whatever is in the background. I enjoyed the process and I like the end result, and here it is right now. So, thank you very much for watching. My name was Leech and I'm off writing the next script. Consider subscribing, click on the like button if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see us in the next one. Until then, well, goodbye.